What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. It's been a long day. I've been working on the red brick house. In fact, I just got back from Home Depot, buying some more stuff for tomorrow so we can hit that thing first thing and get some more work done. Bringing you some update. Excuse me, I had some spicy pickles, and they're still burning. Dan Snyder, at least on Twitter, is definitely out. Okay, and basically they're just waiting, supposedly, but that's trending on Twitter. Don't know if that's true or not. They're just waiting for it. It could be. We'll find out, I guess, when we find out if Dan Snyder has actually sold the team and to whom he sold it to. That's where it's going to be interesting. Now, we know that Jeff Bezos was the guy with the most money, but sometimes the guy with the most money isn't the one that ends up winning the bids, because Jerry Jones wasn't the guy with the most money, the biggest bid, but Jerry Jones was the guy that was going to go ahead and fire Tom Landry, and so that's why the owner at that time was like, yeah, I just want to get Tom Landry. I don't understand why, but that was the case there. So who knows? Now, here's an interesting thing. Free agency has kind of fizzled this year. People who were thinking that they were going to be getting big money, at least in the early part, haven't been getting big money. We've not seen those mega deals like we had before, where we just say they've reset the market. I don't know why. But, we thought, Cooper Rush, after, being 4-1 this year, that Cooper Rush would probably get somebody that would want to try and get him. But we've seen Baker Mayfield get a job, although Carson Wentz didn't get one. So I guess maybe there's that. But you saw Baker Mayfield get a job, and all these other guys that have been moving around and still getting work, and so on. So we looked at, and if you go by Sports Track, they say that the market value for Dalton Schultz is $14 million. Apparently, he's not getting any offers. And it's conceivable that the Cowboys can kind of lowball him to come back. So here's what's kind of interesting. Mike Kaminsky, who signed a 1-year, $9 million deal, who last year was also franchise tagged like Dalton Schultz. He's taking less money this year, without a guarantee to it. Kind of interesting. Now, if you look at Cowboy stats on Twitter or on Bleacher Report, he was pointing out, let me see if I can find it real quick, because I was actually surprised. Let me see if I see it right now. No, I don't see it right now. But basically, Jake Ferguson was just like was close to Dalton Schultz's numbers, and Hendershot was, of course, not far from Jake Ferguson. Now, I don't know if I'm ready to have those two guys as our only tight ends or our lead tight ends and things, but you may be able to. And here's my question for you: would you want Dalton Schultz back if he ended up taking, say, $8 million a year, $9 million a year? Would you want Dalton Schultz back? It's an interesting thing. And this now goes back to the idea of we believe in our own guys. That's Stephen Jones. Now, here's the thing that kind of drives me crazy. We are in the same spot we were last year, with players that are good players that still have tread on the tires, that actually want to come to the Cowboys, and the Cowboys don't step up to the plate. Bobby Wagner, Von Miller, both of those guys wanted to come here and might have taken a little bit less to come here because that's where they wanted to go. But of course, we lowballed them because we're cheap. I don't know how some of the richest sports owners can be so cheap. I guess that's why they're some of the richest sports owners. But it's all about the product you put on the field. And here we are. They're looking for a deal. And I don't know if this is more ego than reality, but they're looking to get a deal for DeAndre Hopkins like the deal that they got when they did Amari Cooper. Just because you were stupid and and made a terrible deal doesn't mean that anybody owes you a terrible deal in return. That's some bullshit. You need to move on from that and realize there's a price to doing business. I was just at Home Depot with my wife. My wife is one of those people that just looks at the price. Well, that one costs a whole lot more. Well, here's the reason why it costs a whole lot more. That fan right there is 50 CFMs. That one sounds like, you need to miticize your muffler. It's like, oh, okay. That one's 80 CFM. That one's 110 CFMs. So when you spend a little bit more money, there's more bells and whistles than the cheap one. The cheap one is we can just say we got one. But if you want one that's quiet, if you want one that has the moisture detector, so you don't have to actually get the moisture detecting switch, which is $29. If you want one that's also got the light in it, if you want one that's also got Bluetooth in it, so that way you can, listen to your phone through the fan. If you want one that's Alexa, all those things that you're getting cost you more. And so if you want cheap wide receiver, then you get a Noah Brown. Okay. He'll catch the ball sometimes. Sometimes it gets tipped up and turns into pick sixes. But you get what you pay for. If you want DeAndre Hopkins, well, you got to spend a little bit more money because he's going to catch the ball in traffic. He's going to be, as opposed to, tipping the ball up that's right here, he's going to be like flypaper on his hands and catch the ball and bring it in. You get what you pay for. And I don't understand how the Joneses, who got more money than they know what to do with, literally are so damn cheap. Come on, man. If we're going to go into the season like we did last year and say, Jalen Tolbert, third-round draft pick, he's going to make you forget about Amari Cooper. We don't need Cedric Wilson. And we're not going to do anything to improve. Then don't, at the end of the season, say, well, when you're paying a quarterback, you're not paying that much for that quarterback. You got the deal, that is actually a bargain right now. I mean, Daniel Jones is the same contract, and that dude averages 15 touchdowns. And going into the season, he had 50 touchdowns and 49 turnovers. You get what you pay for. Stop being so damn cheap. Get this thing done. Look at New Orleans. They're always like $80 million over the cap, but it doesn't seem to stop them from getting players. Did you see they just got Derek Carr? And they were $60 million in the red? All right, good people. I'm tired, boss. I'm real tired. And I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.